Now, if you guys follow my channel, you guys know that this is a gaming channel, more specifically a retro video game channel, because yeah, as you guys can see, I'm surrounded by video games. However, video games is not the only passion and hobby that I have, and today I'm going to share another one with you. And greetings YouTube gamers, welcome to another episode of Retro Raider. My name is Johnny Retro and welcome to the channel. Today we are going to take a closer look at these bad boys, Mighty Max figures. Mighty Max was a huge franchise of toys back in the early 90s, and it spawned its own TV series and video games and a lot of merchandise. I'm a huge fan of Mighty Max, without a doubt my favorite cartoons growing up as a kid, and I'm a huge fan of the toy line. I did own a couple of them as a kid, but now at the age of 31 I started to collect Mighty Max toys once again. And very recently I scored a Mighty Max bundle on an auction, and yeah, I decided to make this video to share it with you guys. However, if you guys are new on the channel, feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss a thing. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at my Mighty Max pickups right after this. And here we are back again, guys. So everything that you guys see right here is the stuff that I got through that auction. And yes, it was actually on eBay. And the thing about Mighty Max is that it is kind of rare. You don't see these all the time, but they're not very expensive to collect for. So that's a good thing in my book. I just want to say that I'm not going to keep everything for myself, everything that you guys see right here, because I already have a couple of these, and I'm gonna use the other ones for a trade with a friend, actually. But I've asked my friend if I could show them on a video before I ship them to my friend. So yeah, let's check these out. And we have a lot of going on here. Different Mighty Max sets came with different things, different themes, different shapes. So what we have right here basically are three different types of sets. The ones on the first row were called the horror heads, alright? Probably most of you will remember the Doom Zones. Those were the bigger ones, you know, the most popular ones. But the horror heads kind of complemented the Doom Zones, although they were much smaller. Then the ones that we have right here, these were called the shrunken heads. Now the shrunken heads were even smaller play sets, as you guys can see, and these would come with the Mighty Max figure only. But the cool thing about these is that each and every one of these would have a specific Mighty Max figure, like an exclusive figure that you could only get through the specific horror head. Then these right here on the bottom row, these were called the Dreadheads. Now, these were kind of, you know, just Mighty Max holders, if you will. These were used to, you know, you could put them on your backpack or your belt, whatever, just for style. I mean, this is so 90s. And you could save, you know, an extra Mighty Max figure within them. So yeah, now let's take a look at each individual set. Okay, so this is the first one. This is Series 1 Mighty Max against Robo Invader. And as you can see on the outside, it is a robot face, if you will. Then let's open it up and reveal the actual playset. Let's take all the figures out. Take a look at the actual playset. As you can see right here, this is the spot where you can put your Mighty Max figure, which is right here. Let's put the little guy here. He's chilling out. And then about the figurines of this one, we have the android. And the camera is not focusing. Okay, so this is the android. This is the main villain of this set right here. And you can sit him if you want to. And then we also have the Master Brain. And usually in Mighty Max, you know, as you guys can see, each playset has a specific way to, you know, to open and to close. So for example, this one, You'll put this guy chilling right here. You can just lay down Mighty Max. And as you guys can see, the inside of the playset, it is also part of the outside. So for example, in this case, the brain, you can put the master brain right here. But it also decorates the outside of the set. So really, really cool. Now this is a dinosaur themed Mighty Max set. And this is called Mighty Max versus Chronosaur. Now, I believe that this one got an episode on the cartoons. I really can't remember. Now, not every set on the toy line is related to a cartoon. You know, the toys came out first, and the cartoons, of course, came out later. But some sets spawn episodes on the cartoon, and then some cartoon episodes spawn, a couple of toys. I really can't remember if this one got a cartoon or not, but I think it got an episode. So let's check this guy out. First, let's see the actual playset. This one is cool. We have a lot of detail going on here with the prehistorical theme. Very cool. We also have Mighty Max figure right here. Again, the camera is against me. And I'm so sorry again, guys, for the noise on the background. We still have the construction site at the back of the house, so it is what it is. Mighty Max can chill right here at his spot. Then we have the big Steggy, the dinosaur. And these figurines, they were made of plastic, but some of them, like the dinosaur right here, were, kind of a rubber, if you will, plastic rubber. Let's just put Mighty Max back again. It's not working with me. Here, there you go. So yeah, this is Big Steggy. And then we have the Caveman, the main villain of this set right here. Now, this next one is called Mighty Max Fights Nuke Ranger, and this is one that I was missing on the collection, and it is one of my personal favorites when it comes to the horror heads. I love this guy right here. So let's check out the actual playset. There you go. Now, this one is not as detailed as the previous ones, but I don't know, I kind of like it. It's simple, but it works for me. And we have Mighty Max figure right here. This, I really don't know where to fit him, because as you guys can see, unlike the other ones, you don't have a place to actually put Mighty Max on the playset, but you can put it right here. And this is a vehicle called the Overpod. And Mighty Max can ride a vehicle. Oh, this is really not working for me. There you go. As you can see, you can ride a vehicle. And then you have the main villain, Nuke Ranger. And I love this guy. And the cool thing is that he can also ride the vehicle. Can sit this guy right here. And the thing about Mighty Max is that if you do things right, you can put everything on the playset and close it up with no problem, and just take it everywhere. So each playset, guys, has its unique way to put everything together. So in this case, Nuke Ranger goes right here. Okay. Can put Mighty Max right here, chilling. Then the Overpod, as you can see, you have these holes. Just put it right here, and hopefully everything will stay together. Now let's move on to the shrunken heads. And why are these called shrunken heads? Well, because they are tiny, as you guys can see. I mean, just a quick comparison between these and a horror head. They are tiny. I mean, they're like half the size. And you guys can compare these, with my finger. And believe me, guys, I have small fingers. I'm a small guy. Okay, these are tiny, believe me. So let's start with this one right here. This is the Rock Monster. Now, like I said it before, you know, the Mighty Max figures that you guys would get with the sets. For example, you know, let's take this one. As you guys can see right here. For example, this is the one that I got with the Nuke Ranger. But these were actually random, especially on the Series 1, because most Mighty Max figures that you guys are going to find and probably remember is Mighty Max with the red cap, as you guys can see on the cartoons. But it was only during the cartoon series and the Series 2 on the toys that Mighty Max always gets always wears the red cap, because on Series 1 you have a variety of different Mighty Max with different caps. So, as I was saying, on these ones, the horror heads, you would get, you know, the monsters, the figurines, etc. But a Mighty Max figure that you would get is random. Not with the shrunken heads, though. With these ones, each shrunken head has a specific and unique Mighty Max figure. And these Mighty Max figures that you would get with these shrunken heads, you could use them for, you know, other sets, like to complement other sets that you had. You could replace the ones on the horror head or the Doom Zones, for example, with the one that came with the shrunken heads. Anyhow, this one is another one that is going straight to my collection. Let's open it up. This is Rock Monster, and the reason why it is a Rock Monster because these were actually the minions in Skull Mountain. Now, if you are a Mighty Max nerd like me, you know what I'm talking about. And you open it up, you have a tiny play set right here. You have a main antagonist or villain, which unfortunately it doesn't come off, so it is actually part of the set. And you also have the unique Mighty Max figure. Now, you can put this one right here, and you have a little nice display right here. In this case, we have the Rock Monster right there, and this Mighty Max figure with rope, flashlight, and yeah, this one has the red cap. Now, this Mighty Max figure, again, let's compare it to the previous one. Now, this one, this Mighty Max, is smaller than this one. The reason for that is because, you know, in Series 1, on the story, Mighty Max is still a kid. Now, on Series 2, on the toy line, which follows the story of the cartoons, Mighty Max is a teenager, so that's why these are different. You know, Mighty Max is a little bit taller, and these Mighty Max figures that come with the shrunken heads have more detail to it. So if you guys compare it to the other one, I mean, the paint job will never be perfect because, you know, we're talking about tiny toys. But the actual sculpting of the figure is better on these guys right here. So yeah, so this is Rock Monster. Now let's move on to the Mummy King, and this is one that I got growing up. I had this one as a kid. This one is a little bit tougher to open up. There you go. Now, of course, that you have a mummy theme right here. You also have a mummy on the inside, as you can see right here on the playset, and the Mighty Max figure. There you go. This is the display. This is a very cool one. I love the Egypt theme. And for example, this one right here, as you can see, when I said before that it's very cool the fact that, you know, the inside of the playset also has some, display features on the outside. For example, here we have a stalagmite, right? When you close the playset, the stalagmite becomes the eye of the mummy. So this one is very cool. Next we have the head case, and this to me looks like a zombie, a rotten face right here. And this one doesn't have the Mighty Max figure inside because I have it right here, but I just don't know where to put it in order to close it up without, damaging anything. You know, this is a hard one to get it right for me, but this is a very cool Mighty Max figure right here. It looks like, you know, it is a, you know, it came from a sci-fi theme, but no, this is a zombie theme. As you can see, you have the zombie right there for the display. Here you go. This is Mighty Max shrunken head case. Last but not least, we have the shrunken head reptile. And the reason why it is called not reptile but reptile, it's because this one is so awesome. Mighty Max is wrapped on a snake. I mean, how cool is that? And this one works really well with the Mummy King because they're both Egypt themes. And this one also complements one of my favorite antagonists of the series, which is Venom. And I love this shrunken head right here. I mean, if you check on the back, we have Mighty Max right there. You open it up, you have a very cool scene right here going on. This is very cool. This is by far one of my favorites Mighty Max shrunken heads. And I just love the colors and the details on this one. It's very, very cool. And I love this figure, this Mighty Max figure. Very, very cool. So yeah, these were my Mighty Max shrunken heads. And last but not least, we have the dread heads, also known as hairy heads. And why? Well, because they have hair. They're hairy. Now, these were released as scalps here in Europe, and you could get these individually back in the day here in Europe. Now, on the United States, I don't know if you could get these, you know, as singles, but I don't think so because they were part of the of Doom Zone. So when these were released, you would get like a Doom Zone, and you also get one of these dread heads included as an extra. So that's pretty cool. I don't think that these have a specific name. There's just, you know, standard monsters with a Mighty Max figure inside. So as I said before, you could put these on a, you know, a backpack or a belt or whatever. And how these work? Well, it's pretty simple. You don't have a play set on these. These are not play sets. These are just, you know, cases from Mighty Max. But it has this cool gimmick right here. You open it up and you have the Mighty Max figure inside. Same thing with this one. Again, this is like a zombie. So as you can see, some Mighty Max figures work really well as complements with other sets. So for example, this one with the other zombie. A lot of detail on this one, and the paint job on this one is actually very, very good. And yeah, you open it up, there you go. Mighty Max right there. And the last one, well, this one is a little bit different. It opens like this, but the thing is that it's very tricky to put Mighty Max where it is supposed to put him. You know, as you can see, you have the marks right there for the feet, but this one is a little bit deep. It's deeper than the other ones, as you can see. Right here, for example, this one is way easier to reach the Mighty Max spot. This one, yeah, a little bit harder, but I mean, it works like this. Close it up, and it's not going anywhere. And one last recap. So we have Mighty Max horror heads right here. We have Mighty Max fights the Nuke Ranger. We have the Mighty Max against Robo Invader, and Mighty Max versus the Chronosaur. Then we have the Shrunken Heads, Series 1. We have the Ronk Monster right here. We have the Reptile, my personal favorites of the set. We have the Mummy King, and we have the Head Case. And last but not least, we have the Dread Heads, also known as Hairy Heads, and Scalps here in Europe. Now, before I wrap up this video, guys, I note that this video was very different from the stuff that I usually do here on the channel. But yeah, I mean, this channel, guys, you know, it's really an escape for me. And of course that, you know, the main theme are video games. But, you know, like I said, I have other passions, and I really do this for the fun. So that's why I made this video. I made this video share with you guys, you know, a big passion that I have. Mighty Max, I mean, this is part of my childhood right here. This is very, very nostalgic for me. And I would like you guys, you know, for you guys to let me know down below if you guys wish to see more in-depth videos about Mighty Max and, you know, future Mighty Max pickups or individual reviews of specific sets, and also, you know, the bigger play sets, because I have a bunch of them. And yeah, just let me know down below if you want to see more Mighty Max videos. And also let me know if you guys are Mighty Max fans, you know, let me know if you remember any of these. And yeah, let's share the love of Mighty Max. Let's make this community grow, because you know, this is a toy line that it is kind of forgotten, you know, in time. And these were actually made by the same guys that did Polly Pocket, you know, Bluebird Toys. Polly Pocket, of course, you know, very successful toy line for girls that it is still around this day. And Mighty Max is kind of the boy version, you know, of Polly Pocket. Now, the thing is that Mattel actually bought, I think it was last year or maybe 2 years ago, they bought the licensing for from Bluebird Toys of Polly Pocket. So Polly Pocket actually came back as micro play sets. Now, fingers crossed, because there's a good chance, guys, that we might get new Mighty Max toys, micro play sets in the future. We still don't know, but it is a possibility. Like I said, fingers crossed. And yeah, let's end this video. And there you go, guys. These were my Mighty Max pickups, and let me know down below if you guys are Mighty Max fans. Let me know if you grew up with the toy line and if you watched the cartoon. Let me know what did you guys think about my pickups, and also let me know if you are a Mighty Max collector. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to put a like in this video. Please subscribe to the channel and take care of yourselves, take care of the Mighty Max community, and play a lot.